paid into your bank account, you don't have to go to work and all this. It ain't. It ain't. Like, people used to joke, oh, I pay for you to sit at home, you lazy fucker. And I was like, say that again, and you'll be doing the same. I don't mind people having a laugh at my expense, but there's certain comments which I don't take well to. Like, my friends can call me a cripple anytime they're like, I don't care. Do not care, I embrace it, man. I'm crippled. So, but if any of them call me an invalid, I'd knock them out. Because for me, those two terms, even though they mean the same thing by definition in the Oxford Dictionary, crippled means I'm disabled. Invalid means I'm an invalid to society. I'm not valid. Or you can shove that up your ass. Because at the end of the day, I write, I paint, I act, I own a theatre company. So my life is spent entertaining people. But I'm invalid. Yeah. I'd love to know what people do when they get home from work. Or do they just sit in silence in front of a fire? Nope. They watch TV, or they listen to music, or they read a book. i.e. they entertain themselves. So, I'm pretty valuable, to be fair. But society doesn't see it that way. The government certainly doesn't fucking see it that way. They take the piss. They take the absolute piss. Like, it happened to my friend a few weeks ago, but it also happened to me about 7 years ago. This is at the time when I was still being assessed every year on my disability to see if I was getting worse, basically, or actually rather change that to see if I was getting better. Yeah, I'm going to get better from a condition that's progressive. It's just going to reverse and say, oh fuck it, he's had enough, give it back. Of course I ain't. But the way the government take the piss with it is they hire these assessors that have absolutely no medical training, no medical background, no medical qualifications to make medical decisions based on facts that they can see. Yeah, right. Let me tell you how it went. I kind of did my little limpy walk, what I do, because I don't walk like normal people. Yeah, it's a bit hard to describe. I'll show you someday. But I kind of hobbled into the room, and this woman said, right, sit down. So I sat down, and she's like, can you stand up for me? And the way I was getting up then was to kind of lock my knees and do a press up off the table, which is what I did. Tick. I was like, cool. She obviously saw that I was struggling there. The next question was something like, can you walk upstairs? I said, no. Tick. I was like, yeah, wicked. No problems there. Third question, she pulled out a stool. She was like, step up onto there for me. Couldn't do it. Tick. So I was like, yeah, definitely scored some more points there. I'm feeling optimistic about this, you know. Several more questions down the line. Thank you very much, Mr. Phoenix, we finished. So I left. A couple of weeks later, I get a letter out of 14 points, you scored 0. Basically, this woman had said that I got up from a seated position fine, that I could walk up and down stairs, and that in front of her very eyes I stepped up onto the stool and stepped back down again. So my benefits got cut. I had no money. I literally, for 6 months, had to borrow money from my mum and stepdad, from my brother and from my nan. Obviously, I appealed, got a court date, went down to court on my mobility scooter which I owned at the time. They called me in, I rode in on my scooter, they said, "What on earth are you doing here?" I said, "You tell me." The process lasted about 2 minutes and I got my money reinstated. Now, if the government had have hired a doctor or a nurse practitioner to do that assessment, it would have cost me 6 months of stress, or it wouldn't have cost me 6 months of stress and pain, and they wouldn't have had to have set a court date for me to go back, and they wouldn't have had to have paid me thousands in back pay. Basically, government being lazy with disabled people. And like I said, it happened to my friend. She's got multiple issues wrong with her, and she was assessed over the phone. You can't physically assess somebody over the phone, but that's what the government did. So naturally, they got awarded fuck all, because the government, and I'm talking fat ass politicians that have a £100 a day lunch allowance, thought, nah, fuck it, can't be arsed, let's just do that, let's just send out someone that's got no qualifications whatsoever, and let's screw as many people as we can. And I hope you listen to that £100 a day lunch allowance, because they say that the average person can live 7 days on £40.30. They get 2.5 times that for one meal in one day. Now you tell me that the government isn't corrupt. Doesn't matter who's in power. Tories, Labour, Green Party, UKIP, they're all tossers. They are all fat ass tossers that don't give a shit about you, and especially me, because I'm a drain on the economy. They give me money, yeah, but that money has to go on things like that American fridge, because I didn't buy that for vanity. I bought that so I could go in the fridge and reach up there, because I can't reach down there in a normal fridge, and obviously there's a freezer compartment there as well, so I can reach up there in the freezer. I'm having to buy an adjustable bed, which is costing me £4,100, because the government couldn't provide me with a bed that suited my needs. That oven, I'm going to have to replace that oven with a retractable door oven, so it's safer for me to use. Starting next year, I have to pay £250 a month for a powered wheelchair. Why the fuck should I have to pay for that? Why should I have to pay for that? It's not my choice to be disabled. So why am I paying that money? What, because I get my money for free? Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that I'm a cripple. I'm so sorry that I'm an inconvenience to the government. But I am. I am. Now, because of having CFZS, No one's heard of it. So I either get 2 responses, wow, that's mad, or AKA, I don't believe you, you're lazy. Even people that I've known and trusted in the past, yeah, they gave me shit for not working. I don't know if they take this condition seriously to this day, because they haven't seen me in so long that they probably think I'm making these videos just for fun, and I'm not, and that annoys me. Now, you might think, what's this all got to do with CFZS? Everything. Because if I didn't have this, I wouldn't be making these videos. I wouldn't have hit out at the government. I wouldn't have pointed to my fridge and my oven and said that I'm getting a bed and a wheelchair and all this. Of course I wouldn't. So, this is an average bad day in my life. This is where I'm like, oh my God, why? I really don't fucking want it today. I don't. Oh, I'll show you. I haven't quite finished that bottle yet, but I'll show you what I have to do to open a bottle of pop, right? Did you see how my legs move then? I don't know if you can see my legs, but they didn't bend. That's how my legs are. If they bent, I'd be on the floor with a broken leg. Right. Looks absolutely normal, correct? Looks fine. Oh yeah, pair of arms, pair of hands, no problems. Watch. That's how I have to open a bottle of pop. It's fizzy water, by the way, it's not pop. I just call it pop. Yeah. And I got awarded fuck all and got taken off money for 6 months. But like simple things like that, opening a bottle, that I can't do unless I find a way around it, like using my teeth, which is probably how I caught COVID, by opening bottles with my mouth, because I can't open it with my hands. I look like absolute shit today because I haven't got the energy to have a shave. I had my hair washed for me earlier on because I can't do that myself. It's a nightmare. Like, honestly, it's a nightmare. And today, days like today just make me think, do people actually appreciate what I go through, or do they just like, oh yeah, I don't know. My mental health today is terrible. Like, I have PTSD, anxiety and depression. Now, my PTSD was not caused by my condition. I will go into that. I suppose it was, actually. If you go down to the deepest, darkest roots of the original, of the origin rather, of my PTSD, then I suppose, yeah, you could say it's because of my condition. But I'll go into those another time. But today, I'm horribly depressed. I just want to go outside, and I can't. I can go and walk out and sniff the fresh air and then walk back in again, because I wouldn't be safe. But that's about it. So, a bad day for me is basically wanting to die. just wanting to die. There's always a part of me that says, shut up, dickhead. But, you know, I'd never do it. I'd never do it. Like, if I got to a certain point where I was quadriplegic, probably. Because, yeah, I'm not, that's not a life. That's an existence, it's not a life. But again, that's what a bad day's like. See, every time I step foot out that door I have a panic attack. Because I can't go to the toilet, which then makes me need to go to the toilet. So, I'm in a no-win situation. And, you know, this isn't like a woes me video, so please don't think that. This is just me bearing all for the camera because I said I'd do it. Because it's important for me, for you guys to understand what it's like. And it's important for me to show people, not just my friends and family, it's important, it's imperative that I show doctors and nurses and specialists and people that might be suffering with this condition without knowing what it's like. It's shit. But, you know, it's a dirty job, someone's got to do it. I'm going to wrap it up there today, guys, because I've had enough, to be honest. I just want to go and sit down and, yeah, take some prescription narcotics and smile. At least I can take the narcotics, but I can't fucking smile. It's been great talking to you, even though I've been a miserable bastard today, I'm sorry. And there's been a lot of swearing too, but that's me. Last week was a toned down version of me because I was trying to be educational and inspirational, not, look at him, twat, covered in tattoos, foul mouth, yeah, dickhead.